Yo,
Yo,
what's up, man? Can you believe we're back to this shit?
no,
So this
it's
is
getting. We have Freakshow. What number?
this is 94. What do you think about Freakshow? What do you think about all this shit, John? Like, what's your real?
I think we're back to stupidity and chaos.
I guess
I
the
mean,
coronavirus is over.
yeah, exactly. And that's number one. Like nobody gives a shit about that anymore. That's all gone. What I don't get is, and this is, I guess, part of your conspiracy theory show. Better for it. Where the fuck are all these pallets of bricks and cinder blocks coming from?
Dude, you gotta go check out like somebody's definitely because there's this kid in Michigan that was taping thing in like this kid and he lives like in this really rough neighborhood and he was like in the nice neighborhood and he was videotaping all this thing and there were people just dropping delivery of cinder block and bricks in certain neighborhoods when there were like a bunch of business and she's saying he's going on the video on YouTube. Guys, check this shit out. There's no construction here, but how come there's a nice pattern of bricks right here? The kid just goes off. The other guy you check
Well,
out, he
there's a
called
bunch of them.
Ryan
There's
also.
a
Because when the shit was going
Yeah,
in
there's a bunch of
Minnesota,
them. They showed a bunch of random neighborhoods that have random bricks just being delivered. Like, what the
yeah,
fuck?
it's crazy the thing. And then the video that I saw on YouTube that I thought would shock people was the white van driving these people around with power tool, just taking the fucking they were taking the plywood right off the wall and just hitting them with something, going in there, and they would take it. You know who's the best one? The Apple Store. Just say, I'm glad all you people got all those free phones, but guess what? We know who you are.
Yeah, so that's the one thing I don't understand because like the phones and the iPads, they all have, location, finders, and they all have cameras. You think that these assholes can't turn those cameras on and look at you? Come on.
Dude, you know what's the funny thing, and I hate to say it, do you see it's have you seen how many and you can find this on YouTube, you seen how many black people are taping these white kids saying, oh, we doing this for you, and they're like, you ain't doing this for me, you're fucking up my
Stop.
neighborhood, stop. Have you seen this?
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, this is like a
Yeah.
phenomenon. There's a lot of people out there to even when the fucking guy's brother, George Floyd brother, sold all this shit, he was like, what the fuck? You know?
Because it's not it makes none of this makes any sense what these people are doing. They're burning down the same neighborhoods that they're protesting to defend. It makes it's legit the exact definition of fucking stupidity
Nah,
and
and the worst
hypocrisy.
thing is that they're doing it to mom and pop business. They already took a terrible blow, and guess what? Now you're taking them back a few more. Now they got to pay for a window. They got to pay for this. And you know the sad thing, they haven't even been open for business for that long to even recover from the fucking damage. You know how much a window costs to break? That's like a $3,000 window where you break those big windows.
Oh, I'm sure those big ones. Yeah.
You know, and this is not like, you understand like a Macy's, like a Target, but when you start doing mom and pop little store, and you know what's the funny thing? These guys are just ludicrous. They even going to the register. Like, look at the East Village Pizza. East Village Square got hit, and they broke and they took their money also.
I just don't get it. I don't get the. It's honestly, and I hate to say this, but it's kind of like the movie The Purge.
It is the
If
purge.
you give people 12 hours with no laws, there's a great saying. I forgot who said it. I saw it as a meme with the Joker, which obviously he didn't say it, but it's hand a man a mask and you'll see his true self. When you give someone the ability to do whatever they want with no repercussions for their actions, you're gonna see how truly moral or more or less they are. Kind of like Westworld, when they had all the info, the first season, they had all the info of people going there and murdering and raping, and they're like, look, this is how people truly are. When you feel like you can do whatever you want with no repercussions, you're going to do it. And that's unfortunately what and a lot of the people looting I see are young, white little kids.
And that's also, you know what, I hate to say it, like in New York City, it's a lot of young white little kids, also black kids, just in crews.
I just don't understand the whole no justice. Like, so no, they just, as of right now, they just indicted the other cops for his death. So when they're out protesting today or tonight or whatever, and they start chanting "No justice, no peace." What justice aren't they getting? Everyone is tried, everyone's arrested, everyone's being. So what justice are you not getting? Do you want to lynch them? Like, you got to wait for your justice. You got to wait for the day in court.
You know what's the funny thing, and a lot of these people doing this thing, they don't realize. So once all these stores open up, they start showing all these videos. They're gonna get everybody. Everybody's gonna get like a little police record. You're gonna see how many people are gonna get arrested, and you know what? All this footage that people, and then the fucking recognitional cameras that they got now in stores, they got like Vegas kind of fucking. You can wear a mask, and they're still gonna know who you are. Shit, wait till everything gets done and say what it's crazy, man. Because you know what? I understand a peaceful protest. All right, you have a peaceful one, but the looting, the breaking of shit and property, dude, that's a whole different level. And
I mean, you see the one video of the cop running the car running the cop
yeah,
over. I mean, they're smashing him with bricks. This is the part that I don't seem to understand. And this is where I'm going to say my motherfucker of the week is that piece of shit de Blasio. So there's a video that first came out of a police officer pulling his gun on a crowd. And de Blasio goes on his fucking rant and specifically says, I don't know what led up to that, and I don't know what happened after that, but that video is disturbing. It should never happen. How the fuck do you give a statement saying you don't know what led up to it or after, but then comment on that fucking 10-second video?
dude.
Well, it turns out the reason he pulled his gun was because somebody smashed his lieutenant in the head with a brick. Like, if you throw bricks at police officers, if you're throwing Molotov cocktails at them, what the fuck do you think they're going to do? Like, I don't understand it. It's like the idiots in, like, in these third world countries that are throwing rocks at tanks. The tank is going to fucking fire eventually.
Dude, I forgot there's one place. It's either China or Korea where they're hitting people with like red ink or blue ink. Hong Kong, they just hit you with blue ink, and that's it.
Yeah, because they'll come arrest you later.
And here's the other thing. The other thing that's happening too. You know what? Like fucking this guy Como dropped the ball the other day. Oh, how come the cops didn't do the job? Because once they started hit people with a fucking nightstick and beating the crap out of people, guess who's the first person that go and get executed? The cops are doing their job, protecting their property.
Oh,
so if I was a cop at this point, I wouldn't even I'd be like, you guys do whatever you do. Look at the poor guy.
Well, he came out and apologized today, though. He was like, I didn't mean the police weren't doing their job. I was more so with the management side of it where they weren't deployed fast enough or in certain spots. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. Stop backpacking.
Dude, how come they don't go loot fucking Gracie Mansion?
Yeah, but then you also have this other idiot in power who's fucking tear gassed them so he can walk with his Bible. Like, are you a fucking idiot or what?
I mean,
they've all lost their minds. They've all lost their fucking minds.
I think people are just like, you know what, they're like, you know what, and if these people really, dude, if they send the National Guard, people don't realize how ugly it will get because the National Guard they're not the cops. They're going to go there. They're going to kill people.
Yeah, of course. And honestly, and I hate to say this, and I hate to be that asshole, but I hope they do.
And you know what's the thing with
they want to sit and see and yell about, this, that, and the other. But the problem is these kids are screaming and yelling for something that they don't even fucking understand.
I still love the video, but the white kids graffiti the black neighborhood and telling the black people they do it for them. And they're like, no, you're not. No, you're not.
Exactly.
You know what?
What are you doing, stupid?
You know, the other thing that was amazing was, I don't know if you saw the video, what the hell was it? That most of the people are like the groups that are traveling in a van with the power tools are just taking down the fucking it was crazy, man. I was like, holy shit. And it's like this little group of guys and they're very organized. They get off, they take everything off, they take it out, they have like a hammer, they break in. It's almost like snatch and grab in a way.
Of course, because they know where the cops are and the cops aren't. And they're going to fucking break in, they're going to steal as much as they can, and then they disappear.
Dude, you know what video is terrible too? Have you seen the poor fucking former police commissioner of St. Louis, the black dude, 72 years old? Defending his fucking property, like his fucking store, and these guys fucking killed him. And there's some kids filming him, trying to chase him away, going, yo, man, you're killing him for some TV. How can you do that? This is somebody's grandfather. This is somebody. How can you do that, dude? And then they like chased that kid that was taping, dude. It was crazy.
Yeah,
And then he came
that's right.
back.
But again, where is the outrage for that? Where is the protests and the people losing their minds for that?
Nobody losing their
Where
mind.
and Eric Moore said it best. Where are all the protests where we want to say it's like cops are killing unarmed black men? Okay, that's the angle you want to go. Cool. Out of the, let's say, 10 million arrests every year, how many end up with an unarmed black man dying? And I would love to see the statistics of that. But if you look at Chicago every
Oh, they're
weekend,
killing themselves there.
is how many black men are being murdered, shot, and killed from each other that no one bats an eyelash at.
Because it's not the
I'm
agenda.
If you don't, that's what I'm
not the
saying. If you
agenda,
do
and
not
that's a poor
understand,
neighborhood. Nobody cares.
but that's exactly my point. If you don't understand that Great Oz is controlling you with the media, with this, with that, with every, so those three cops were charged today. Why isn't that all over the news? Why didn't they show who the other cops were? Because they weren't all white. If all those police officers who got charged today were white, I guarantee you it'd be all over the front page of the news. It'd be all over the place, and they'd be pissing gas on an already fucked up
Dude,
fight.
I think one of the guy was even Asian that was there. I think there was, and it
He
was like
was
once
the guy right behind him, and they have video of him with his knee on the man's back
there
as
was also
well.
like
But that was never circulated.
a Spanish dude, and there was another. There was a few people there, and they were minority too. You know what? You know what the funny thing? Like a lot of blacks don't realize how much like a lot of Hispanics hate black people more than white people. And they did, and I never heard that. I never heard nobody talk about it. They are Spanish hate group that they hate for blacks. They hate blacks. Look at the
insane.
Latino cop that fucking smashed the fucking black kid in fucking the East Village on Avenue D. That was a Latino cop. That wasn't a white cop.
Yeah, but that wasn't on the news. Why not?
It was a little bit of news. The guy got death duty for it.
It was a little bit, but it wasn't. Can you imagine that if that cop was white and he hit a black kid? It'd be all over across
Dude,
the
and
world.
the funny thing, this Hispanic cop dropped the fucking kid also, and he put his. If you look at the video, he also put his knee on the fucking kid.
Yeah,
he said it's not time for you to be a man, and the kid kept fucking. He just took him down, man. You know.
And that's the question that I want to put out there for everyone. Is it more so that and I can't speak for the 60s because I wasn't around. I spoke to many older black men who have told me horror stories about the 60s.
Was a whole different game. You know what? One of the worst riots was like the blackout riots were pretty bad.
But that's what I'm saying. So is it they're comparing the police now to that? Is it that, or is it when you get pulled over for doing something stupid, you have a fucking piss poor attitude and your lack of respect for anyone? Like right now, you're seeing the worst of humanity with the lack of respect of forget people's personal property, but people as humans. If you could take a skateboard, and I don't know if you saw that video of the white guy getting his head smashed in, because he pulled a sword out apparently. If you could take a skateboard and swing it at a guy on the floor,
you fuck him up
and hit him in the head with your truck. Well, first of all, you're gonna kill him. But if you can do that with no moral compass, then there's something seriously wrong with you.
Do you remember the movie Kids?
I'm sorry. Yes.
Remember the movie Kids? How did they kill that one dude?
Yep. With the skateboards.
No, and it was like a few of them. They just started whacking him.
But that's what I'm saying. Like if you can do that, then if you could throw a Molotov cocktail into a police car full of humans, I don't give a fuck. They're white, black, cops, not cops. If you can do that, your moral compass is fucked up. And we need to seriously stop and think of a society why that.
Supposedly that girl was I think that girl was going to law school or something. But you know what? I think they got bail too. It's crazy that those women got bail.
Well, that's the thing that kills me too. Is all these celebrities who are saying, "Oh, we're going to post bail for the protesters. Go for it. I want nothing to do with you. You want to protest is one thing.
I mean, for the protest, it's different. But once you start helping the looters are a whole different agenda. That's like those people, the people that are looting are very well organized. They're very well planned. They're the one putting the bricks, and they're hitting targets, and they know what they're going to hit.
Well, that's the question. Why is it that we can judge all police officers for the actions of a few, but you can't judge all protesters for the actions of a
Because
few?
some
Why
of
is
those
that?
protests actually believe in the cause, and then you got the people that are just going to take advantage, and
No, of
and
course, and I
that's what it
understand that.
is.
But the same goes for police officers. There are some police officers who, I mean, I mean, I don't know if you saw the videos. How many of them took a knee with the protesters or marched
Oh
with the
yeah.
protesters? They believe things need to change. But there's also going to be some racist douchebag pieces of shit
Oh,
on the
there's a
force.
there.
There are. As human, it's you're never going to
Dude,
have
you don't
zero.
think that
If you want zero,
you know
get
what the
Skynet.
problem is? You don't think there's racist black people against white people? How many times you hear those black groups
Oh my
shit on
god.
white people? And it's like whatever. You got the same thing in blacks. You got the same thing in Hispanic. You got the same. And no, and you know what? I hate to shit on a race, but the Chinese are probably one of the most racist of them all.
Well, I got called a cracker at work. I've been called a white piece of shit at work. I've been called every racist thing you can think of for just being there and working there by non-white people. And you know, I want to sit back and go. Now, if the roles were reversed and I said those words to
Oh, you're
somebody else,
fucked.
it'd be the end of the
Yeah.
fucking world. I'd lose my job and I'd probably lose my
Yeah,
life.
yeah, it's crazy, man. Like it's dude, I swear to God, it's like we're like in bizarro world. Like shit just hit the fan.
Bro, I'm looking to go to Florida because Florida's
Dude, and
opening
what
up.
about the curfews? Wait, this curfew shit is fucking stupid, man. Really, now a curfew? Bad enough you can't go anywhere. Pretty much everything was closing down at 8 o'clock, and now they're like, no, oh man, it's Sunday.
Yeah, till Sunday. So it's like, all right, well now you gotta be in your house. But again, I don't understand it because it says, but non-essential, but essential personnel can still go out and do what they got to
Like,
do. So what's considered
like
essential
essentially, I
personnel?
think they talk about nurses or people that are working maybe at night. People that are working at night, like maybe like look at Mike. Mike that he works in Federal Plaza. He start works at 11 o'clock, so he got to go. So the company gave him a letter.
Well, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, our food delivery guys considered essential workers because they're delivering food to people who have to fucking eat.
I think when it comes to food, I think they got to go through the curfew. I think they got to close early. If it's a curfew, if it's a hard curfew, they pretty much have to close.
I would think so, yeah. But again,
Because I
you
know a
know,
lot of what
people
most of the bars in these villages were closing at 7:30, at 6:30. So they're
they
opening
should.
at 11 o'clock and they're closing at 6:30.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Between the curfew and now the cap on capacity, once they eventually reopen, I don't know how many bars are gonna, or how they're staying afloat, or how they're doing it.
You know
I
that
don't.
club Avenue and the other place they own, they pretty much shut down and they let go of all the employees the other day.
It's a fucked up situation. It really truly is, and it's sad. It's sad that had to come to this between the virus. And I do find it funny that the virus kind of just disappeared. Nobody talks about it no more. It's no longer a
But now
thing.
they're saying, now they keep popping it out that since those protests, 19,000 people might be infected.
Well, I guess we'll see in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, if you see a bunch of them stop dropping, then you're like, oh man, then because you know what? I think we pretty much had the curve, we pretty much had the curve pretty flattened. But then after you had all these people from other neighborhood or other towns coming in, because these some of these looters are professional looters. They go from place to place to riot. Some of these riots get paid
Of
too,
course they
believe it or
are.
not.
I saw a great video of that of a guy paying some Antifa guy paying somebody off to go riot, and I was like, that's fucking crazy.
Dude, there was some of these. There was a video of a guy paying pretty much $50 a head for people to come riot.
That's
And
nuts.
the guy just handing out money and that's it. And then there's one with the guy with the gift card, give it like $100 gift cards. Here, boom, boom, boom. Like
Yeah, a gift card that I probably stole.
now, you know what? Those things, if you steal, you still gotta activate them. So it's not like you can just steal them. You know?
So what else
Do
is
you
going on,
see
buddy?
the new trailer for WandaVision?
I did
There's
not.
a new trailer for WandaVision. And you know the Quicksilver from the X-Men, that guy? He's gonna
Yeah.
be in it. So
No,
I don't know if
really.
he's gonna play. I don't know if he's gonna be Quicksilver also, but he's gonna be in it. and he's signed. He's also the guy that been in all the American Horror Story. So the guy that play the Quicksilver in the X-Men universe is going to be in the Marvel universe and WandaVision. So I think because it's the whole thing to the multiverse, you know.
Well, yeah, well, she's been teasing a lot with the mutants thing and the House of M book. She's been out there touting that for a while now.
Yeah, and pretty much Disney Plus pretty much said they're gonna release all this thing, including Mandalorian season 2, all is gonna be released this year.
Well, that's good. We need more stuff.
You know, I got Molly watching Doom Patrol. She loved it.
Oh my god, it's so good. So which one's coming up next? Is it Doom Patrol
Doom
or is
Patrol
it?
is June 25th.
That's what it is.
Doom
Okay.
Patrol's coming. I think Umbrella Academy it's July
July
31st.
something.
And I think The Boys is next. So all this thing is coming out all like back to back.
I can't for The Boys. The first season of The Boys was absolutely phenomenal.
It's superhero that are assholes.
WandaVision.
You know that?
Oh, absolutely.
It's
but I mean, it's they are bringing back the Quicksilver. I got you from Age of Ultron.
Yeah, the one that was in the X. He was in the Days of Future Past. He was in all of them.
The trailer I'm watching right now shows the one from Age of Ultron.
Oh no,
unless they're gonna do multiple universes, which would be amazing.
No, but they're bringing the one from the X-Men. Is coming back. He signed the thing, but they don't know if he's gonna play Quicksilver or another character. But I think they're gonna tease it because it's her going from like she's heartbroken about Vision, and it's all like that episode with all the sitcom and shit. That's like the first episode.
Good.
Well,
good. I hope so. I hope it's good. I mean, all their shows have been phenomenal. So let's hope.
Dude, how about this week the WWF launch a free version of the WWF Network?
What the fuck is that about?
So it only got 1,500 title. It doesn't have none of the pay-per-view, but you can see a lot of the other old contents and some of the shows. Like they do they do like the Total Better, they're doing Mrs. They're doing the old NXT. They show a lot of the old stuff. None of the new, like it's only 15,000 stuff that they can see, but it's still a lot, and it's free.
I know it's free. Like, so why am I paying for shit?
But you're not gonna get.
I don't understand.
You don't get none of the pay-per-views. Like you won't get none of the pay-per-views, and you will get none of the NXT until like weeks and weeks later.
I got you. But that's this weekend, isn't it? In your house?
In your house. It looks. I think it's going to be a hell of an event. They got some great matches, man. I think that's going to be really good.
It does. It look. It looks good. Yeah.
And NXT, they never put a bad event. What do you think about the NXT Titan as the crowd now?
I don't know. I mean, and I ain't gonna lie. Wrestling for me has not done anything over the top or storylines. I mean, the best storyline I think right now on all of them is Otis and Mandy Rose, and then that's kind of.
Did you see the thing on Friday with her hallucinating?
Yeah.
How funny was that he comes out of the pool? I was like, oh, this is awful.
It was so bad that it's good.
Bad that it was good.
And the fact that he wrote it himself, the fact that he's like, I'm going to start just tagging myself in her photos, it's hysterical. It's it's wrestling at its best.
And I love that she's so into it, like whoa. She's like, and then it's fucking funny, man. It's funny.
But I really haven't been watching NXT or AEW. I catch the clips of them. The rundowns, but I don't really watch them. I can't.
I did like this week the thing they're doing with Apollo Crews, and I do love that they have Bobby Lashley and Drew finally. I think Bobby Lashley should have been a contender a long time ago.
Bobby Lashley is one of the most underused individuals that I've seen.
And I also love that they got like finally Black versus Rodens. I think those two guys will work very good together.
Yes, I think they're gonna put on. I mean. I think they might kill each other and tear the house down. Honestly. Yeah, because they're both young.
I like that. I like some of the young kids are with Aleister Black and like some of the other young kids, like the heels or with Ronins, like the Apostles. It's fucking dude. They can really
Yeah.
take this if they know how to do it. And I don't. And let me tell you, Apollo Crews, what they did to him, he's good.
But now, what happened to the AOP? Where's the
I
AOP?
don't know. No, you know what happened? That one of them got hurt again.
I'm like, they disappeared real fast.
Dude, and I hate to say that, I love in the whole chemistry with the Street Prophet, the Viking Raider. It's a bag of shit, but I love it.
Oh, it is, and I said this, I think, last time. It reminds me of the old Mr. Perfect vignettes, and I fucking
It's
love
just
it.
it's like they're going like, oh, you know what? It's like it looks like, I swear to God, like they hire. I think they just stealing the idea for the old Vince Russo rule book of let's just make a show.
I just don't get why one of them is ugly and the other one's not. She's like, you're cute. And he's like, not
Yeah.
you. What the hell? Why is he the ugly one?
Dude, how about that whole thing with the Jeff Hardy running this guy over and shit?
Dude, that was rough, man. And they're saying he was drunk and shit.
Dude, that's like hitting like home, man. Yeah, you know what? At the end, you go. At the end, you know who it is. It's either Sheamus, or I think they're gonna. Maybe it's maybe they'll turn Daniel Bryan heel. It's going to be Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles, or it's going to be Sheamus. But one of them, because he did come out and beat up Sheamus, so maybe it was Sheamus that did that. But they definitely, I think they're going to go. Remember when Stone Cold got hit by that guy? Then by the end of it, it was fucking Rikishi. That was so terrible.
It was Rikishi. I did it for The Rock.
Dude, how bad was that?
It was horrible.
Horrible.
It was horrible. That's one of the best interviews ever. Is when The Rock was mimicking everyone. Oh. He's mimicking Kane. He's mimicking Rikishi. He's like, "Shut up, you big thong wearing fatty."
Dude, did you see the Dark Side of the Ring, the Owen Hart story?
I did, yeah.
Dude, what do you think of that shit?
Well, I watched a lot of interviews after that on YouTube and whatnot with Bret Hart, and he just flat out said, you know, what he said. He said that basically she's ruining, I don't say ruining, but destroying his legacy because she doesn't want him to be known as a wrestler ever. And I got to a few arguments on Facebook. Everyone's like, "Well, that's her right. It's her right. She's the she has final say because it was her husband." I was like, "He's got 9 brothers and sisters and a dad, and they all grew up in the industry of wrestling. And you think they have no say? Then you're an idiot. Then you're not married."
You want to hear some shit? Half of the family doesn't even talk to her
because of what she's doing. Because she wants to erase him from wrestling. She flat out openly said he was more than just a wrestler, and I don't want him to be labeled as a wrestler. It's like, but yeah, I get that, but that's what he did for a living. That's what he's known. That's what he's famous for. It's like saying, you know, it's like Mel Gibson saying, I want all my humanitarian work now to be known for that, and don't ever call me a wrestler. Like, no, dummy.
Dude, but think about the fucking think about what they did to Benoit.
Well, I mean, they
like
had
Benoit, like you know what is, but Benoit to me, I still love watching his matches. I still think he was one of the greatest wrestlers. At the end, whatever happened, whatever demons came out, and he did what he did, you know, shit. But pretty much Benoit is one of those guys that he's like taboo, and you know, on Facebook, I'm one of the people that belong to a Benoit group that we watch his matches.
Well, I mean, I understand why they deleted him because I mean, what terrible. He did, he snapped. He snapped out. But the problem is, and again, you can't have the WWE saying that he had all these mental issues, which was physically proven that he did.
He had multiple concussions. They were saying
they saying I think that he had like 47 concussions, which is, I mean, let's do logic here. After like what 2 or 3 with the NFL, you have to retire. Is it 2 or 3? I'm not sure how many it is. He hit 47. I think I watched one report with Chris Nowitzki where he said that basically his brain was that of a 78-year-old Alzheimer patient. That's not normal. And WWE's not going to say, oh, yeah, you know, the reason he had this is because he was a pro wrestler and he was doing the diving headbutt and this, that, and the other. they can't say all that because they're admitting that their sport or their entertainment is dangerous to your health and it's
Dude,
killing
do you
people.
remember him doing the headbutt off the top of the steel cage on Kirk Angle? Do you remember that whole thing?
Of
And
course,
I'll never
yes.
forget this. I remember one of the dirt sheet riders saying he probably took 15 years of his life for doing that stunt.
But they do so much dumb. I mean, you look at something, and this is what people have to understand. You look at Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan, when he first started wrestling, he was 6'7",
Yeah,
6'8". Hulk Hogan right now is six
yeah.
two. From something as simple as a leg drop, of him dropping a leg on someone and compressing his spine for as many years as he did, he lost 5 inches in height from his spine and had to have it welded and
But that's
fused
what
and
he
whatnot.
did.
If
That's
that
what it
doesn't,
is.
yeah, but I mean, he openly gave an interview and said, "I wish I never did the leg drop, or I wish I did it sparingly because I lost 5 inches of my height and my back is all
Yeah,
fucked
his
up from it."
back was definitely all fucked up. It was funny when they showed like even look at Ric Flair. Ric Flair is like the same thing, man. Like he almost like you almost feel bad for the guy. He got to do all this stuff to like make ends meet, man. It's crazy.
Well, Flair is a whole nother story because I watched what was it, Wife Swap. I don't know if you've seen this yet. Did you ever hear
Yeah,
that
he did it
show?
with Piper, right?
Oh my god, it
Yeah.
was amazing. But he's still a wheeling dealing, like he still spends money, like he has like like he's got an overabundance of it, and he doesn't.
You know what?
It's like
You
stop
know what the
spending,
problem
asshole.
is? Like, I think he's from Charlotte, so wherever he is, when he lives there, like I think they pretty much carte blanche him. Like, there's no place he don't go. Hey, Nate, and there's a lot of places that do like hook him up just to have him there eating, and other people, oh shit, Nature Boy's here, and people they call people and they eat in the places that he goes. You know?
Well, I gotta tell you, I know he's still spending. People I know who've hung out with him and who know him have said he goes out to bars and he's buying rounds for everybody. It's like, come on,
Dude, he
bro.
did a.
He has that, he has that mentality. He's got to keep up with that image of I'm the wheeling
Did
dealing.
you
Let's
see the
go.
video with him and Snoop Dogg? It was fantastic.
That one's hysterical. As much as I don't like Post Malone, there's a great video of him with Post Malone playing beer
It's
pong and
fucking.
shit, which I thought was
But
hysterical.
it's funny with his show. He's like, I'm waiting for Snoop Dogg. Come on, dog. Pick up that. It's like,
Come on,
come
doggy
on, dog.
dog.
Just that alone is like, oh my god, man. That was pretty funny, man. So that
What do you think about Justice League the Snyder Cut being made into a 1 hour episodes on the new HBO? What do you
I
think?
think it's great. I got the new HBO and it's fantastic so far. Like they got a lot of fucking content, man. Like you can watch like Doom Patrol is gonna be there. It's gonna be on but it's also gonna be on the DC universe. So the DC universe, I think they would talk about canceling. I think the DC universe might be around for another 2-3 years. It's not going anywhere. Because they just added Stargirl. Stargirl's also is in the CW. But you know what they're doing with the Stargirl that they didn't do? They're using pretty much movie production kind of CGI for that.
What do you think about Stargirl?
I kind of like it. They're still building up a story. They're still building up.
I love it. I absolutely. I think
The
it's great.
first two episodes I love. I
I
haven't
think
seen the
the last
episode.
episode was dark.
What?
Oh, you ever seen the third
No,
one?
I heard. Yeah, I heard this is not going to be like a. I heard this is this like this season's dark. There's nothing. It's dark.
Dude, the last me and Gina watched the third episode last night. It is amazing.
Yeah, I gotta watch. I didn't watch it. The other thing, you seen what they doing with Batwoman? It's not gonna be that girl Kane is gonna be a whole new actress playing Batwoman down in the thing. Because
Why?
they're gonna recast. It's gonna be a totally other woman playing Batwoman. It's not gonna be the original. What was her name? Kane, right?
Oh, whatever the hell. The one who was on the Orange is the New
Yeah,
Black.
something.
Whatever. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know her name. No, isn't it like Rosie
Yeah, but
Clark
what
or
is
something
the
like that? Whatever
character
her
she
name was.
played? She played
Oh,
her
I don't
last
know.
name was Kane. She was something Kane. So that character is gonna be written off and this new woman's gonna take over for Batwoman. It's gonna be a whole new character. And this character
That's
is
so
like this
stupid.
character is gonna be more like she's gonna be more like Robin, like she knows how to fight. but she's out of control. But she's a really good fighter because she's been training in martial arts, and she had like some problems in her life, and she becomes the new Batwoman.
All right. I mean, I don't get it. I don't see why they're doing it, but I guess contract
No,
negotiations are up. I mean, when are they going to start? When are they going to start filming? New movies and more
dude,
movies.
you
When are
know
they going to
what?
start filming anything? I know
Oh yeah,
Avatar
you know what the
started.
problem with her? She didn't like how much work it was for an hour a week a day.
Yeah, I mean that's what TV shows are. When I shot with Gotham, for a 10-minute, 15-minute scene in the show, we shot 14 hours during the day.
Dude, but think about it. You work 14 hours a day for 6 months, and then you get 6 months off. I don't think that's such a bad deal.
No, you're on TV. How much more are you
And you
getting
get
paid?
and you
Shut the
getting
fuck
paid.
up.
Shut the fuck up.
You
And
get
the,
paid a lot of money. I was an extra in Gotham when I got paid. I think it was like $200 for the day. Like, shut up.
and you don't do much. You probably got your scene. You walk in, you go in the scene. Then most of the time, you're just hanging out, eating or bullshitting with other people.
Yeah, of
It's not
course.
a it's not a
It's a
bad
joke.
job if you can get it.
Being an actor? No, it's not. It's a great job, actually.
I've been on a few scenes, and I got paid very nicely for the couple of things that I did. So
Exactly. That's what
I
I'm
can't
saying.
complain.
Yeah.
I can never complain. So and DC is doing the new animation. Is the Man of Tomorrow is the first thing that's coming in. Is they starting off with Superman now. The first time they did it, they started with a Flash. Now this new universe after Flash. So Flash went back at the end of Justice League Dark. He went back into time to change the
Yep.
stuff to never save his mother. And I guess the first thing they're gonna do is the fucking Man of Tomorrow, which is Superman. It's a whole new.
Now, do you think that they're just trying to play catch up with Marvel? Because Marvel has,
No, I'm talking about this is the DC
What If coming
animated.
out. No, I know, but I'm saying, do you think that they're trying to play catch up? Because Marvel has, What If in production that's coming
Yeah,
out. Do you think that they're just like, all
let me
right, we
tell
gotta
you,
get
I
something?
think in DC cartoon were far superior than the Marvel's ones.
As far as cartoons
Cause
go, yes.
Marvel does have the good Spider-Man one on Disney. They do have the good Avenger one on Disney. They got a few good, but I mean the cartoon animation movie. I think like the Hulk one was good. Like the one they had with the Hulk and all that stuff was good. But the one that DC is far superior when it comes to the animation, the movie. And you know what DC does to other people? Some of the movies are R-rated.
Well, that's what I was kind of bummed out with the Green Lantern animated series. I absolutely loved that storyline, and they just had one season, and I don't know why they cut it. If anybody knows the issues, please let me know.
I think
I
that's
was
all it
pissed.
was. But now with this, like the Arrowverse, like the Green Lantern series is going to be on the HBO Max. It's like they got the Adam
On the
Strange is
Max,
going
yeah.
to be on HBO Max. So they got a bunch of shit that's going to be on HBO Max. That's original programming just for HBO Max. You know?
They should give us our own TV
Oh, that'd
show.
be
Can you
great.
imagine that? Our own reality show running around the East
Oh my
Village
God,
causing fucking chaos,
they'll lose their fucking minds, man.
pissing off
Dude,
protesters.
I still can't believe how much looting, how much shit. Dude, that not only that, they destroyed East Village Square, and then they hit the store next to it, that
Mm-hmm.
bodega. I go to that store all the time. Anytime I go to Doc, I go to that store. I get like a burger. When I'm fucked up at night, I go get my burger there, and they're like the nicest people in the world. I work there in both places, and
So who's your
I got
motherfucker
two
of the week
people.
then?
The first motherfucker of the week
Good.
is definitely the looters. For no reason, they should not be destroying small mom and pop business. You know what? They should just have a little bit more respect because, you know what? These people are already having a hard time. They're trying to recover, especially after the whole Cobra shit that's going on. And you know what the problem is? When Cobra comes back with 2 weeks, you're going to find out how bad Cobra really is after all this shit. But, John, I got to tell you, the other day I went to the park, right? To Thompson Square Park.
Yeah.
There was no social distance. Everybody was on top of each other, hanging out. Nobody where it's like
Of course.
nobody
No one
give
gives
a
a
shit.
shit.
It's pretty funny, man. And I was like, and I had like 2, 3 people hunging me. I'm like, oh, I don't really want you to hug me. And I was like, and then I got a special motherfucker of the week. This fucking
Uh-oh.
so on what day was it? Sunday. I went in there to do something at International. Right, it's getting locked up, and the doors closed. The people that were in there counted the money. We're about to go, and this douchebag blocks the door. Douchebag. This guy.
What
Like
do you mean he blocks the door?
he just opens the door and stand up, and then he start talking. Like you know when a person try to sound smart, but they're so drunk that they're a total fucking idiot.
Of course, no,
And
I know a
this
lot of
guy
friends like
started
that.
talking. He wouldn't just. I'm like, oh my god. And you know what? I say, fuck this motherfucker. I started taping him. You know that I have had I had so many bartenders. Thank you for that. Thank you, thank you. I have two bartenders that they're like, why would you shame a customer like that?
Fuck
I
you,
say
shame a
shame.
customer
I'm
like
like
that. That's
fuck
why.
you. So I had to tell two people. You know what? You weren't there. You weren't the one that had to waste 17 minutes of your life. And you know what? And I think the situation got handled pretty professionally because, dude, let me tell you, I just wanted to take the guy and bash his fucking head in.
I was gonna say you didn't hit him. You didn't push him. You didn't call the cops. So why is that
You know what's
publicly
another
shaming him?
problem?
If you're that drunk and you're running your mouth,
At one
then you
point, I
deserve it.
walked away and I just told him like fucking that I called the cops, and he's like, "Oh," and it even got worse when I say that. So I got to the point. I told Ty, let's go. We're leaving, and we just moved him out of the way and left. You know, because
I don't. But again, this is all people who think they're owed
yeah,
something or they
and
deserve
you know
something.
what?
You're
You know what?
not. We
You know
those
what the
those. So,
sad thing about this guy? He's a nurse. He's a military nurse. He does, and then he not only that, he's a nurse, and not only that, he tested on the 23rd for COVID-19 that he got the antibody, but he still was positive, and he was walking around with a mask on a bike, drunk as a fuck, and he's a nurse.
people people just don't seem to understand basic logic nowadays. Like I saw somebody recently posted that they were arrested for intervening in a police beating. Let me just break simple logic down to you. If the police are hitting someone with a billy club or they're
That's the
doing
last place you
something
want to
that they
be.
felt, well, not even that, but if they felt someone did something against the law and they're trying to apprehend them and you get involved, you are breaking the law. I hate to break the news to you. Whether you agree with the law or not, getting involved in a police matter is illegal. Stopping a policeman from doing his job is illegal. So whether you want to believe it or not, you cannot do those things, or you're going to A, get lumped up, B, arrested, or C, all of the
No,
above.
but you know what
That's
the
not
crazy
brain
thing? A lot of
surgery.
people don't understand. Like a lot of this protest, especially the looters, they don't get it. Once you loot like that and they got your face on video, guess what? If you had a career in anything you want to do, now you got a fucking bad fucking mark on your life.
Yep.
Especially if you're over 21 or whatever, and you fucking do something like that, and they arrest you. And dude, wait till everything gets back to normal and they really start fucking cracking down on that shit and really start looking for these people. There's gonna be a lot of people that their life got destroyed. They probably had brilliant careers, but because of this shit, and
Of
then you realize
course.
you're gonna be looking at video and you're gonna realize they hit 6, 7 store. Guess what? You're done.
It's like porn. Once you do porn, you put a porn video out there, it's out there forever. Everyone's gonna see it nowadays. So unless you want to be a porn star for the rest of your life, don't put a porn
Oh
movie
man,
out.
yeah, but now,
You
but
big dum
people, you know
dums.
what is people like common sense is not so common anymore.
No, it's not. It's just completely fucking. People are losing their fucking minds. So when do you think everything's gonna be officially
Dude,
open? Open
supposedly June 8th, we were supposed to have the first step. Is that happening with this curfew and shit?
phase
Phase
one.
one.
Yep.
So supposedly June 22 was the first day where we were supposed to have bars open with actually people in it.
Let's hope. Let's hope because I need to. I need to eat and drink and
But
be
I
merry
also
again.
I also think that everybody's gonna have to rethink the strategy because there's also gonna be a lot of people still not working. It's gonna be very strange for the whole shit open. It's not gonna be like yo. It's gonna take time to rebuild. There's gonna be a lot of places gone, man.
I think that's the biggest. So I was watching. I was reading an article today about Key West about how right now Key West is open as of today, as of I think the other day, and as of Friday, like like movie theaters and things like that can open in Florida. But they were saying like in Key West that Bourbon Street, not Bourbon Street, I'm sorry, Duval Street. I was confused. It looks like a ghost town. They said it hasn't looked this bad since the Navy left in 1972. That just stores upon stores are boarded up and closed because Key West is primarily
Yeah.
a tourist town. If you have no
You know
tourists,
what? You know
you
what the
have no
problem
business.
about Key West is
So,
also like a more winter kind of stop. So in the summer, it kind of does slow down.
not really, man, because the
Oh
cruise
yeah, they
ships
do
dock
stop
there.
there, but I mean, there's no cruise ships now.
That's what I'm saying. They're losing all the tourist
You
stuff. They're
know,
losing everything. I was telling Gina we should just see if we can get 2 weeks off. I'm quitting Lowe's. We're just gonna drive. We're just gonna drive down and sit there for 2 weeks. Wait till all this shit blows
like
over.
let me tell you, you go to like when I went to Key West, I went to like Ugly Jekyll. I went to Sloppy Joe. I hit the one with what the hell they call it? The one with all the frozen drinks. It's a shame.
Oh,
No, not
Margaritaville.
Margaret. This one that they all they do is make frozen. I think it might have been Ugly Gecko. I think it's called a Fat Tuesday or something like that.
There you go.
And
Yes,
they all
Fat
the guys
Tuesdays. Yeah.
margarita machines there. I mean, they got frozen machine, and you can get a frozen drink with anything you want, like a Coca Cola with anything. It's
Yeah.
just machine.
You do a half and
Yeah,
half.
it's
It's
the
a
whole
whole wall
wall, and I
behind
was
them.
like, wow, they got something like that in Tropicana. I think it's called Wet and Wild or Wet Witty, something like that.
Wet
And
Willies. Wet
they got
Willies.
drinks
Yep.
like that. So in Key West they got that. Then I went to the Pirate Bar. I went there and hit a bunch of places, and it was great. I even hit Margaritaville. Just you're there, why not go have a drink and eat?
It's Captain. That's Captain Tony's at
Captain
the
Tony
Pirate
is.
Royal. Yeah, man. Dude, I love Key West, but we do have to set up an Atlantic City trip because apparently they're opening
I know.
soon.
The thing
So
is, how are they going to open? Because they talk about now. They pretty much talk about
no
the
poker,
slot
just
machine.
slot
Yeah,
machines and like
they would
virtual
talk about
things. Yeah,
that. So it's going to be a very different Atlantic City where you go back. And they also talk about keeping the six rules. Also, like they're going to put plexiglass between machines.
I just want fucking my oysters
You
and
know what the
bikini
problem?
bottom.
There
That's
might
all I
not
want.
even be a Harry's where we go back because Baddies is
I
done.
know. That's what I'm worried about. I
Baddies
heard
is
Bally's
done
is
at the
done.
end of the year. That's it, and then somebody else is taking it over, and then the rest of it that's left is taken over by Caesar.
But the Hard Rock has a bikini bar too. I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
know
they
that.
got one on the beach.
Yeah, I didn't know about that one. We should have went
Yeah,
to
but
that
the
one.
best
Check
one
that
is
one
the
out.
the one the Baddies one is pretty much the best one, and that one's going to be run by Caesar. So
Besides Caesars, yeah, they had some thick bitches in there. They
yeah,
were
so they're
fucking
going
some
to be
hotties.
doing that again. You know what? I wonder, like the air show. They always have the air show every year. I don't think they're having the air show this year in Atlantic City.
Yeah, I don't think this year they're gonna do it,
And
which
that always
sucks.
is like because so much shit got canceled, man. It's amazing how much shit got canceled.
Well, I'm shocked that whatchamacallit's not canceled yet. That Dragon
Oh,
Con's
they
not
haven't. I
canceled yet.
thought that got canceled in Atlanta.
Nope, it's in September. It's in September. Yeah, Atlanta's already open. Atlanta's been open, but it's in September and they haven't canceled anything yet. So knock
Hey,
on wood. I'm hoping they don't.
have you been getting like Zoom stuff for Comic Con? I got a bunch
No.
of like
Why?
passes or thing if I wanted to buy passes for these Comic Con Zoom in with the cast of like Boys Meet Girl, the cast of Titans, the cast of this. They're like $60 or whatever. And you do this whole Zoom media with the whole cast.
That's
Yeah, I've been
cool. I
getting
would
a
do
bunch
that.
of. That's what I was saying. Have you been getting anything like that? Especially for the New York Comic Con, they've been doing a lot of shit like that. It's weird.
No, I haven't. The cast of Titans,
Oh,
I would definitely do a Zoom meeting, give a
they did
quick
it
little
already.
interview
They
with them.
had the thing, but they keep sending. The next time they send me one, I'll send you the copies in case you want to do it, because it sends me like, because you know what it is. I did a Comic-Con, but I got a badge a few years ago. Like I got a VIP badge. So ever since I got that one year, they keep sending me stuff.
They're sending you
Yeah,
stuff to
because I
get you
did.
involved. What do you have? What do you have on tap this week?
Nah, this
Anything
week
good?
I get backup steak. I feel like the guy from fucking Snatch that went to go get Frankie Frankie
Frankie
Four
Four
Figure.
Fingers.
He was so happy to get the diamond and he go back to America. I was like, dude,
Get me out of this fucking
yeah, get me
country.
the fuck out of this. That's the way like I was in New York City and like Sunday, like dude, and then you seeing shit get destroyed. It was wild, man.
Yeah, it sucks. It
My
sucks.
friend Timmy, he runs a like a Carhartt store. The place he had it boarded up and everything, they still broke into it and took everything.
It's gonna be rough. And the one thing I will say to anybody listening to this,
Yeah.
just be safe out there because the moral compass is hit rock bottom. And like we were saying earlier, for a 77-year-old man to be shot and killed over a couple of TVs is fucking just
Dude, how
disgusting
about
and
the
disturbing.
fucking poor woman that was like with her purse and the fucking young kid just grab her, throws her down and takes her purse and all she had was like $20, her cell phone in the purse, thank God.
Dude, people don't care
Dude,
anymore,
that's
and
like
that's
wow.
I
Before
hope
they used to
everyone
have
stays
respect
safe.
for old people. Now old people just getting it's like
No, they're the next
it's
ones
like
to
it's
get hit.
almost
Yep,
to the point that you're gonna have to get like older guys start playing the knockout game with these young kids. Like they won't
yeah,
see it coming.
exactly.
They're so involved with it. Oh, just man. Oh my God.
Just clock them. So where can they reach you?
You can get me on Facebook, Instagram, and also the website, Getting Lumped Up, and on Twitter, Getting Lumped Up. Everything Getting Lumped Up. How can they reach you, John?
Tweeter. I am Freak JONN. That's it on Twitter, on Instagram, on all the social media platforms. That's what my dumbass is.
Dude, how about so Pride and the Mermaid pretty much done, right, this year?
Yep. Well, Mermaid they're gonna postpone until they're trying to get it in either September or October. They're thinking maybe the first day of fall now. They're gonna have the Mermaid Parade, which is fine. But Coney Island's got to open soon because they're
Oh,
losing
let
money
me
hand over
ask you,
fucking
what's open?
fist.
You've been to Coney Island. I saw some picture. What's open out there?
Just a couple of places to eat, really, and the bars. The bars you got to order food with when you order your drinks, but you can't dine in. You got to take it to go. We were there last Monday, I want to say, and it was busy. Like the beaches were full. So them saying the beaches were closed is bullshit. And this, there were people sitting on the beach. No one was in the water, but they were all just chilling there, getting their sun on. The boardwalk was busy, so people are still going out. It's just right
So
now I
let
don't know
me
if it's
ask
so
you a
safe
question.
being out.
Was Nathan's hot dog open
It
to
was
go?
to go. Yep. All the patio stuff is locked up and chained up, but the windows were open to go. You couldn't go in to order it. They have the windows open, and you just order your stuff and you go. Yeah, but all that stuff's open, man. So if you're in the area, I'm not gonna say Nathan's so much because they are a chain and they have their insurance, but the smaller places that are open, go spend a little money, be nice, be a little extra generous to the waitress or the bartenders are there. I ordered two drinks and three things of food at Ruby's, and my bill was I want to say like $30, $31. I left the girl a $20 tip, and you would
Yeah,
think I
because
gave her gold.
there's probably a lot.
She
But
was losing her
you know
mind.
what? One thing I got to say, a lot of people have been very generous in tipping since this whole thing started. But here's the
Yep.
thing. That thing's going to change once July 31st come back and nobody's getting the extra 600. That's where you really go to see shit hit the fan.
Oh, of course, of course, of course. I just got my stimulus check
Dude, you know who
yesterday.
else? A Big Mike got it too. Did you get a credit card?
No, I got an actual check that I had to sign and
Oh,
go
so
and put in the bank.
like my friend Big Mike, he got the debit card. A bunch of people got the debit card. Also, like Jack and some people, they just got the debit card. They didn't even get the. I got my direct
That's
deposit
weird.
like right away. Did Gina get hers too?
Yeah.
So she
Nope.
either
She's
gonna
still waiting
get
on
direct
hers.
deposit or she's gonna get like a debit card. Cause there were like something like 2 million people that didn't get anything yet.
How the hell would you
No, I
deposit
mean
a
she's
debit
either gonna
card?
get a check to she either get direct deposit, a check, or a debit card.
But I'm saying, like, let's say they send you a debit card. Let's say you want to put that in
I
your
guess
bank.
that
How the
you will
fuck you
have
put it in
to
your
maybe
bank?
do like a bank transfer. Maybe you could go to a bank and do it. I don't know. But when you get the debit card,
That's
it's
just
like a
weird.
Visa debit card, and they send you the PIN number. Or what you could do, go with somewhere because right now a lot of people don't know that. I'm going to tell people. So bank are not charging you to taking out of your money out of ATM right now. If you go to like a bank ATM, there's no charge. The old charges have been waived. So
Oh
if you
wow, I
go
didn't know
to
that.
an
That's good.
ATM, it got to be a bank ATM, not privately owned ATM, but bank ATMs. You go to any ATM right now, and it's free as long as it's a bank one, not like if you go to like a private business.
Like
Yeah,
a
because the
bodega
private
one, yeah.
business will. But the thing is, if you do go on a private business, there's no double dipping. You just get the $1-2 charge. Your bank won't charge you the extra $2 for taking money out of that bank, and that's the new thing that's going on. So
Oh,
it's
that's
you know
good.
what, it's not much, but it's a little to help people out, and it's
Hey,
better
every
than
little bit
nothing.
helps.
So pretty much that's what's going on. So John, I guess we talk next week, man. I think this is another good show, episode 94, and next week we got episode 95, and we got 5 more weeks to episode 100. With hopefully we'll do it live from Atlantic City.
I'm hoping. I really think that's going to be
Hey,
a
what's
much needed trip. And I'll talk to you later tonight. We'll
Oh
discuss,
yeah.
the
Also,
ins and outs of that.
I'm gonna probably. Are you gonna be around Friday? Maybe 3 or 2. We'll do the Nevada show.
I
All
will
right.
be
Another
here.
thing.
Just shoot me a
What did I want
buzz.
to tell you? So if everything's back to normal, maybe next tell me what day you got. Maybe I'll meet you next week and we could do the show live, probably in the city if everything's back to normal.
I am off Wednesday and Thursday
Oh,
next
I
week,
might
so
be
you
off
tell me
Thursday,
when,
so
and
maybe
I
we'll
will
do
be
it
there.
Thursday then.
Wednesday
Oh, Wednesday.
and
All
Friday,
right.
I
So
meant. I'm sorry.
I'll see what day I got off, and then we'll meet. If no worst case scenario, we'll do it like we did last time in the hidden
In a
bunker.
hidden bunker, in a layer.
All right, people. Have
All right, kid. I'll talk to you later. Everyone, stay
and
safe.
remember,
Be safe.
yeah, go
Go
fuck
fuck
yourself.
yourselves.
Remember, don't get drunk, get lumped up. See you next week.